Hello and welcome to Adios Fat, the first of our fabulous Friday supports for not only clients but people who are looking for better health. So I wanted to talk today about building a support system. And so when you consider your health and depending on your goals, that's actually not difficult. Most people would love to have a healthier and more active life, and you may want to spend time with your family and friends. You might want to play catch with the kids, climb a flight of stairs without being out of breath. You may even want to travel, climb a mountain, or like one of my clients this weekend, she's running her first half marathon. So a shout out to Geneva, who 18 months ago could barely walk 30 steps. So but having a goal is the first step. But goals alone aren't enough to inspire lasting change. It's important that we position those goals within a structure that supports them. So with the right structure, our chances of success absolutely increase. And with the wrong structure, our chances of success go down. So let's just take a moment and kind of visualize this. So I've got this picture of the Golden Gate Bridge from San Francisco. And that's in honor of Geneva, who's running a marathon this weekend in San Francisco. So if you're building a bridge over the San Francisco Bay, you want to build that bridge that's strong, it's durable, and that's reliable. And if the bridge isn't built correctly, you'll never reach the other side. The bridge can seem, building that can be overwhelming because it's a big task. And it might even feel like it's too heavy on your heart to actually do it yourself. Just like building a bridge would be easier with a team, your journey to realize your health goals can be easier if you create a support network and surround yourself with like-minded people that will help you and encourage you. So when you need it most, they're there for you. And that's where I come along with our healthy community. A strong social support can be incredibly powerful. And in my experience, is one of the most important tools for enduring success. Whether you need help putting the pieces of your bridge in place or a safety net to help you get up when you fall, creating relationships with supportive and inspiring people can make all the difference when it comes to reaching your goals. And I honestly do believe that we are better together. So as we approach the weekend and kind of looking for a support system, my question to the people who are watching this live, listening live, and the people who will catch this recording is, what does your support system look like? Are you in an environment that is a healthy environment? Are you working in an environment that's a healthy environment? One of my poor clients this morning, who is on day 4, texted me a picture of their break room, and it was just a huge box of donuts. And he said, "But I did good. I didn't want any donuts." So eventually, hopefully, that support system that he works with will realize, well, maybe donuts aren't the best choice. Even though they were trying to do something good, it takes people off of their health journeys. But the good news is that he has support where he works, and he has me as his coach, and he knew that just wasn't going to further his health goals by having a momentary lapse and having a donut this morning. So kind of the first steps is having a goal. That's the very first step. What does that goal look like? And it doesn't necessarily have to be, I want to lose 20 pounds or I want to lose 100 pounds. The first goal could be as simple as, man, it would be nice to tie my shoes. Man, it would be nice to, run around with my 1.5-year-old and not feel out of breath, or just keep up with my family and not be so exhausted and have more energy. So your health goals could be what I call non-scale goals, as well as, my first goal is to get 5 pounds off or 10 pounds off. So making that goal is your first step. And then again, talking about building that bridge, having that structure and support is actually going to increase your opportunity to have that success. So if you're doing it alone, you're going to have what we call short-term success. And that's almost like someone having a dieter's mentality. So a dieter's mentality is usually how I first meet a client because they're just so done. Their clothes don't fit. They've got a wedding coming up, or a family reunion, or a birthday, or an anniversary, and they just want to feel and look a little bit better for whatever, maybe pictures, or just kind of that, I've got this event. Or I just had one of my coaches say, I started this because I was going on vacation and I wanted to look good in a bathing suit. And she says, now I'm doing it because I feel so much better and I want to feel and look healthier. And so that support and that getting you past that dieter's mentality, that group support is going to really help you have the long-term encouragement to make those goals, not just short-term goals, but long-term goals. And then obviously it's a lot funner when you're doing things together. It's a lot easier when you've got a support system, and that support system could be just one person, or it could be your entire family. So my Friday, Fabulous Friday Adios Fat tip is, first off, decide what you want. What is your goal? What's that first step? It doesn't have to be the ultimate goal. It's just, what's the first step? And so taking baby steps is just a really great way to kind of just say, this is my first goal. And coming up on a weekend, it could be that. And for a lot of people, they work during the week. The weekends tend to throw them off on their routine. So your first goal could be to go to bed at a regular time on the weekends and not be so exhausted come Monday, and get a good night's sleep. And sleep is really one of the cornerstones of having a balanced, healthy life. And so women, average is about 7.5 hours. Men, it's a little bit more, and teens, it's quite a bit more. So maybe your first step is, I'm gonna set up a bedtime routine, and it's gonna last over this coming weekend and kind of get myself in a groove. Another first step could be, I'm not going to go home and have a Friday night cocktail. And reward yourself with something that's a non-food, that you made it through a tough week or a stressful week. Go take your kids and make a memory that doesn't revolve around, eating unhealthy or drinking unhealthy. That could be your first step to get you past the weekend. And then look for where you can find that support. Support is all around. So whether you're using the support of a health coach, whether you've got someone at work, someone in your family, someone in your church congregation, a book club buddy, someone that you have met at the gym and has struck up a conversation, you'll have much better success not trying to do it alone. What we found is people who kind of, start a diet, usually they'll fall off and go back to their old habits within a very short period of time. That's why the gyms are full in January, and they're pretty much by the end of February, they're kind of back to their normal, the people who have incorporated this as a healthy habit. So that's my Adios Fat tip for this first Adios Fat week. I thank you for joining us, and I'm just going to open it up to anyone that may have a question. I have time for probably one, maybe two questions. Anybody have a weekend challenge that they would like to ask a question? Okay, no one has any weekend challenges? All right, not a problem. So I want to say thank you very much for joining us on Adios Fat. I just totally love the name because that's what we want. I'll look forward to sharing again more tips and insights with you next Friday at noon. If you'd like to check out my blog, it's Sacramento Weight Loss Health Coach. There's some wonderful things. I'll actually add some more information about building a support system on that page today. And then find me on Facebook. I'd love to connect with you and learn more about your health journeys. Thanks, everyone, and have a great weekend.